Guys, now we're getting on to mission 4. Like I said, well, I guess not like I said, but for once...
Off to Caldwell's Bridge, sir. We'll get our sleep later.
For once, I'm actually starting it right back up. Like I said, let's not jinx it, let's just get right into it, my dudes.
Just climb aboard when you're ready. What do you think, Corvo? Caldwell's Bridge. You've been in the city for years, but you lived in Dunwall Tower with the late Empress, so maybe you haven't visited the bridge before tonight. Something to look out for. See all them lights on the water? That's right, we'll be spotted for sure. You're gonna have to shut off their power before I can pick you up. Now, about bringing Sokolov back alive. He's smart. Maybe even smarter than Piero. Got the whole of Dunwall under his thumb with all that natural philosophy business. New technology, potions and the like. Seems dangerous to me. But what do I know? Here we are. I'll meet you at the arches under Sokolov's place when you're ready, Corvo. Assuming, of course, you've taken care of those floodlights. Turn off those floodlights, then grab Mr. Sokolov and whatever else you need. At the arches under Sokolov's apartments, Corvo. That's where I'll be.
Yeah, I know. But if we do see someone, then what? Do we say something? Remind them about curfew?
No, you don't remind them. You chase them down, and you give them a severely deadly beating is what.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Let's beat him to the hound. Take, watch it. Again.
The curfew is now active. No foot traffic is allowed across Baldwin's Bridge until curfew is lifted. Attention all citizens. No pedestrian movement is allowed along Baldwin's Bridge during this period. Curfew will end tomorrow morning at sunrise.
That might be worth checking out.
I better make a pass over here. Someone help me out! I hear you.
He's here!
Here, you got him now. Get it!
Citizens and visitors to our city, by order of the regent, the curfew is now active. No foot traffic is allowed across Baldwin's Bridge until curfew is lifted. Attention all. No pedestrian movement is allowed along Baldwin's Bridge.
Curse the plague and this blasted curfew. How is anyone supposed to know?
Well now, Mr. Pratchett. Even a wealthy man like you needs the city watch. Gangs are cutting throats and smashing windows left and right. And the weepers, excuse me, the plague victims are worse. Are you saying the Lord Regent is wrong for imposing curfew?
It won't do you any good to bait me, officer. But don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll prop. The smart man can come out ahead, even in a time of plague.
I will set fire to the hairs of their faces!
What was that?
Ugh.
Rivers change course over many lifetimes, and eventually all bridges tumble down. 1,000 years ago, there was another city on this spot. The people carved the bones of whales into runes and inscribed them with my mark. Children still find them washed up in the river mud. Anton Sokolov has made a great study of my runes, but he's not special like you are. He wasn't chosen, and he doesn't wear my mark, so he can't unlock their secrets. Sokolov believes there are specific words and acts that can compel me to appear before him. He searches old temples in Pendicia and ruined sub-basements in the flooded district. He performs disgusting rituals beneath the old abbey. But if he really wants to meet me, he could start by being a bit more interesting.
I hope he was smart enough to stash him someplace before he got caught.
You're the one told him to go scout around.
That's right. Scouting is when you find out what the guards are doing and come back.
Well, now we know what the guards are doing.
The reason you scout is so you don't end up in a cell. What Alec did was the exact opposite of scouting. Yes, the pylons are still there, in case we want to go and get ourselves killed.
Look, are we gonna bust Alec out, or not?
Eventually, sure. He's the only one who could tell us about the pearls. We'll let him rot in a cell a while longer. We'll be more careful next time.
Soul touched the charger and left for the leader.
Okay, good. We can't lose any more men to the arc pylons. Touch the charger before your shift when the duty officer brings it by, and the arc pylon won't fry you.
Those things? Give me the willies, sir.
You'll be thankful when Slackjaw's boys come down the street to slit your ricker. It'll be fun to watch them turn to ash. There was a time when we didn't need these things to keep a gang of kids down. I think since the plague hit, none of them expects to live past 20. So why be scared of anything?
Hey, you there! Show yourself! City Watch, wake up! We've got some lowlife breaking curfew. Let's show 'em
Now the rats can fight over your guts. Okay, you idiot. Time to chat.
Someone help me out!
Ring the alarm! Ring the alarm! Ring the alarm!
Here you are! Tell us to help! Stop doing the risk! Eat that! Look around. I know something's up. What the poison's that?
Joke. Stop messing around and come out at once.
Call out if you see him. I know something's up. He's here. That's the alarm.
He ran down his leg. Sound the alarm.
I heard you.
I hear you, bastard. Sound the alarm.
No, you're here.
Spin up the alarm.
That son of a hagfish.
Sound the alarm.
Hey, you with the mask and the hand tattoo. Listen, I ain't no criminal. I just collect river cross pearls. They chased me down, and I had to hide my catch. I'll show you Just follow me. I'll show you the place. No one saw me drop it. You won't be sorry. We can split them right down the middle. Now I'm out of that cell, I'm feeling myself again. They're doing this more and more. Shaking down honest men for extra coin. What's the mask for? Afraid of plague? I never worry. Honest men won't catch it. River crust. I don't like them. That spit of theirs stings like fire. Get rid of that thing, or I won't go further. What was that?
Come on, spread out.
Locked, huh? I was afraid of that. That key will be on one of those guards. It's up to you. You still want them pearls I made.
That's it. He's gone.
think on it. There aren't many honest men left these days.
Come on, give me a hand.
Chances are very good.
I just love watching them turn and turn. What, them wheels? Yes, around and around, like the cycle of life. Such a wondrous symbol of the progress we've made in industry and invention. If you say so, sir. And remember, guardsmen, we must make sure they keep turning. It would look very bad on your record. Very bad indeed, should the factory shut down on your watch. Yes, sir.
Heard somebody outsider. Watch out! Firing!
Thank you for helping me. I thought it was safe. There were rats. So many rats, completely infested. I know some folks aren't superstitious, but I swear, the rats showed up after a man came through, waving around an amulet of some kind. It looked like it was made of bone. But he's dead now, like the others who were living here. Please stop that.
Sokolov is testing elixirs on people to cure the plague. Why is it he only for helping citizens? If you follow my meaning, sir.
You have no mind for natural philosophy. Obviously, it's because the ones already sick with plague don't live long enough to provide Sokolov with any useful information.
It's just a shame, is all. Like that woman the other day. Was easy to look at. Seemed nice enough. Shame she has to die, I mean, and so horrible, like, too.
Now you listen to me. It's none of our concern the how or why of things. And if you want your elixir rations, then I suggest you stop your wondering. These are pigs. Pigs for Sokolov's experiments. And pigs mean nothing to me. Understand?
Right. I mean, why worry about a couple of disgusting smelly pigs, you know? All pigs get slaughtered sooner or later. Better if I wonder about those sounds we heard from the warehouse, right? I mean, what was that all about?
That's better. You'll go far, Grayson.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what those...
Still, I heard. What am I supposed to do about it?
Did you get it? We're gonna die. That madman Sokolov is going to do something terrible to us. We have to get out.
Shh, they'll hear you. If you have a plan, then I'm happy to hear it. But otherwise, you're just drawing attention to us. I don't know who you are or why you did this for me, but listen. Nearby, there's a partially collapsed building. Up on what used to be the 3rd floor, you'll see a painting. I used to work there. Behind the painting, there's a safe, and the code is 294.
Someone's down. I know you're here somewhere, scum.
What's funny is she says on a building close to here, but it's actually the same fucking building. So if you never played the game before, you'd be like, where the fuck is this building you're talking about? Because you would think, you know, when she says close to here, that would mean, you know, not the same building you're at. I don't know. She literally could have just said, right above you, there's a safe, here's the combination. Swear to God.
What's going on there?
I now turn my hopes and energies to Formula 25, which in conjunction with a high heat therapy, which came to me most vividly in a dream last night, has great potential according to the latest celestial alignment. As for test subject 312, after the characteristic sloughing of the skin, she should be dead by mid-morning tomorrow.
Please, sir. Please let me go.
Ah, awake, I see. How are you feeling?
Much worse. Do I have the plague? Please, sir. I don't want to die.
Hush now, no one's going to die. You are much improved, number 312. The formula I administered to you is working exactly as it should. I cannot let you go yet, because I have not finished with my study. But tomorrow will make all the difference.
Really? You'll release me tomorrow? I'm not gonna die.
Yes. Tomorrow I will have the guards remove you from this cell. Late morning, perhaps.
But the pain! Can't you give me something for the pain?
I do have many pain remedies, yes, but alas, I cannot give you any. They could interfere with my research. You should thank me. Soon we will have a cure for this terrible disease, thanks to all my hard work and dedication.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
What? How did you get past all the guards? Your tattoo is quite unusual. It is reminiscent of markings I've studied on cave walls far from the city. Who sent you? Piero? That jealous fool. There's no need to be his laphound. You and I can come to an agreement. One that I'm sure will please you more than anything Piero dreamed up. Who are you? What is it you want? Money? Elixir against the plague? I don't know how you got past all the defenses, but I think I can assume if you wanted me dead, well, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Everything within my power to give you is yours. If you'll just let me go. I can see you are an intelligent man, so you understand there will be repercussions if you should harm me. I am the royal physician, head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. Stay back! Have you no heart? Please! I can't say I'm surprised. I knew someone would come eventually. But you're not what I expected. There's no need for violence. We can be great friends, you and I. Will you join me at a drink? Sit and talk a while. Come, we'll discuss your future. Money, women, whatever you want. There is much to learn from the stars for those fluent in their tongue. I could consult my astronomical charts. Is there no reasoning with you? Before you do anything rash, I think we can come to an agreement. It doesn't matter who sent you. Whatever they are paying you, I will double it, triple it. No? Well, money is not the only thing I have in abundance. Perhaps there are other rewards you seek. I see you are a determined man. Is there nothing I can offer you? Sir? Damn it! I need assistance! Now!
Thank you, whoever you are. He kept me in a cage, like an animal. Pain is horrible right now. So I'll just hide in a corner and leave when I'm feeling better.
Sokolovi.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Yes, of course.
Physician himself. He made a neat job of it. Drop him here and we'll be off. They set up a cell for Sokolov in the old kennel. Shackles and everything. It'll be a shock, him waking up in the straw and old dog poop. But from what I hear, he's woken up worse places. Guess we all have at that.
Well done, Corvo. Well done. I doubt a dozen soldiers could have done it better. Sokolov's knowledge will enable us to strike at the Lord Regent directly, and ultimately help you get your life back. Soon, we won't have to hide in the shadows. The royal physician is brilliant, but he was a fool to protect the Lord Regent. Sokolov gave us the elixir, the war machine. He could have made us a great nation. Now he pays the price for siding with a tyrant. You have my thanks, sir. If you wish to get some sleep, now is a good time.
I hope they don't have to hurt him. He's done some good in his time. Made that elixir against the plague, he did. Clever man, Sokolov. Look what it led him to.
Normally, I'm a natural philosopher, but today, consider me a humble craftsman here to serve.
Attention citizens. This evening, the streets adjacent to Pendleton Manor will be closed for a private ceremony following the tragic loss of two of our city's best and brightest, the Lords Custis and Morgan Pendleton. All holdings and parliamentary votes now fall to Lord Trevor Pendleton, who asks for respect during this time of mourning.
Corvo, can I tell you something? I have a secret retreat nearby that may come in handy if the city watch ever kicks in the doors. It's an abandoned apartment across the street from the bar. I don't think anyone else here knows about it, but I'm guessing I can trust you. The key is stashed under my bunk upstairs. If there's ever trouble, you can go there for safety. I know I will. Yes, Mr. Corvo. I'll make sure your quarters are clean, sir. So much dust. It must blow down from the upper city. They let that Emily run wild. It's not how I do it, if you don't mind my saying. Restless hands do no good, they say.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be aware that looting of evacuated areas is a serious offense and will be summarily punished by officers of the Watch. Display your pride in Dunwall by respecting the property and rights of others in these trying times and preserving the timeless beauty of our fair city.
I'm working on a new arc pylon. It will perform absolutely stunning acts of destruction, I expect.
Logic is flawed, anyone can see that. And not an original idea to be heard. His notes are a mess if he even keeps them. How he got this far is anyone's guess. He says what they want to hear. Friend of the rich, that's his method. Sokolov's true genius is pampering the aristocracy. Fools.
Lord Pendleton, Memoirs, Chapter 41, in which I bed 2 of the Boyle women, and only missed the 3rd by virtue of some inclement weather. It was the month of rain, and to counter the gloom, the Boyle ladies hosted 3 nights of merriment by invitation only. Lydia was most fetching in lavender pants and a tunic of yellow silk. She was pleased with me from the moment I walked in the door, with my manservant bringing not 1 but 2 cases of effervescent wine from the south. In fact, I had come laden with gifts, such that all 3 Boyle women soon took notice, and they set out to make me more than welcome. We uncorked the wine right away, and as night fell, we... Wallace! Found these interruptions.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. You are required to boil any water from public fountains or the river. Anyone who has consumed untreated water must be reported to the Watch.
Lord Pendleton has departed for the evening to attend to matters at the manor. It concerns the departure of his brothers. I'm sure you understand. I want you to know I understand your actions with regards to Custis and Morgan. They were horrible men. Lord Pendleton shares little with his brothers, other than name. The stories I could tell you about what my lord's older brothers did to some of the staff, especially the maids. It's beyond my station, but I must say they were beasts, dressed as nobles. Lord Pendleton will return on the morrow.
La di da di da di da, la di da di da, la di da di da, di da da da, la di da da.
Lady
Oh, how do you do, sir? I apologize for my state. I could use a long soak in the bath. So relaxing. What a treat that would be,
At once.
You're a bold one, Master Corvo, snatching the royal physician like that. That poor man. I hope you won't be too rough with him.
We're getting closer to reaching our goals, but our position is becoming more dangerous. You don't house and feed a half-dozen people without leaving telltale traces. Riverboats pass day and night, and the looters are going to start gathering once they're sure the plague has burned the place out. I conclude, if our enemies are not dead by the month of wind, we will be. There's a sadness in Emily, but she's strong. Weathering the death of her mother just a half a year ago better than most grown men I've known. Once we take Dunwall Tower, I'll see that her life is better. I've always thought that I'd command the Navy in her name. Sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't just take the title Lord Regent and do it properly.
Where do I find a good meal around here? If you think prison food's bad, you should see what the Abbey serves its captives. I think the overseers make it themselves. I wonder what Piero thinks of our guest. I still wake up thinking I'm in the stocks. The nursemaid Callista is quite fetching, huh? Or maybe I've been in prison too long. I'll sleep like the dead tonight.
Don't worry. We won't start the interrogation without you. Give me a length of rope and a bucket of seawater. That's all I need to break a man.
As in the population of plague rats, you are warned to stay out of uninhabited buildings.
The royal physician has a subtle mind. He may attempt to trick us. He's only a natural philosopher. How tough could he be? Good work, Corvo. Get some rest and we'll take a crack at him tomorrow.
Please be as quiet as you can. It took forever for Emily to fall asleep. Poor dear. It's okay, Emily, I'm here. She seems happier when you're here. Though I know you have important things to do. Out there, in the city.
There's hardly a need to work on table etiquette. She knows it all, even if she chooses not to employ it. She'd rather hold her spoon by the wrong end and pretend it's a sword. Then suddenly she changes and she's all manners, asking for a tea party. I tried to oblige her, but I have little to work with. No proper plates. Instead of a cloth napkin, I've only the bar rack. Ale mugs instead of teacups. I've asked for things befitting her, but they have their minds on other things. For now, Emily and I decided to make a pretend dinner using paper and little things she's found here and there. On the floor, I suppose. Not right for a princess, but it'll have to do.
She still has bad dreams, though it's understandable given all she's been through. Sometimes she calls out your name. Sometimes she cries for her mother. Little Emily. Someday soon an empress, but only an exhausted child at the moment. Poor girl. She's been through so much. I hate to say it, but we're counting on you to make things better. I'll stay right here, by her side all night.
Please, please leave a candle for me. It gets dark in here and I can't see my mother. I just want a candle. Where is Corvo? No! Mother, run! No! Corvo! I don't like your eyes. Why are they so black? Stop looking at me.
a serious offense and will be summarily punished by officers of the watch. Display your pride in Dunwall by respecting the property and rights of others in these trying times and preserve it.
Corvo, wake up. You were making funny faces while you were sleeping. I decided to nap here in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always run here. Callista will come get me when she's done with her bath. Thanks, Corvo. It makes me feel better.
Dear Uncle, it's been a while since I've heard from you, and with the way things are going, I can't be sure we'll see each other again. I just wanted to tell you I'm doing well, and I'm safe, for now. My job, caring for a young girl, is better than I expected, though she can be very trying. But I'm treated well. There is enough to eat. I fare better than most, I suppose. We are the last of our family, Uncle Kurnow. We just have to go on living, if we can. May we see each other soon. Your niece, Callista.
Well, Mr. Sokolov has certainly recovered. A good night's sleep has left him with an appetite.
The young lady Emily was trying to sneak into your quarters while you slept, sir. I don't think she meant any harm.
Overseer, let us all praise their choice. The dance of investiture will take place without delay.
First you joined us, then Overseer Martin, then Lady Emily, and Mr. Sokolov. More dishes and laundry for me. At least make me feel safer. At one time, we used to have colorful bedding. Someone bleached it all trying to kill plague germs. It's gotten so bad that I can barely walk anyway, even during the day. Those dogs from the City Watch are terrible. Just mean. No one here can sing. I think we could use some song here. Some music.
renovation of Caldwin's Bridge.
I know it looks... I was inventing a new kind of lock. The tumblers, shaped like snowflakes. The truth is, there is no snowflake lock. I was just, you know, looking through the lock. I realize, well, everything you're thinking I already realize. I'm a natural philosopher, but that doesn't mean I'm not a gentleman, or I try to be one.
Can't you see I'm about to bathe? Corvo, under other circumstances, I assure you I might welcome your advances. But rats, plague, and tyranny have a way of killing the mood.
Be aware that looting of evacuated areas...
I can't believe this. When I took this job, they told me I'd work with good men. Thank you for being a gentleman. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Trying times, and preserving the timeless beauty of our fair city.
The High Overseer is supposed to be the most pious man in the Empire, living completely in alignment with the Seven Strictures and guiding the people in the religious faction towards spiritual health. Campbell was a farce. If not for all the blackmail material he accumulated, he'd have never been more than a lower-level initiate among overseers. The Admiral Lord Pendleton and I have already begun using some of what we've learned from Campbell's Black Book, Corvo. You've given us powerful leverage to get the Overseers on our side. I can't thank you enough. I'll speak to you later. I've got to go through Campbell's journal again. It's incredible. A decade of secrets, betrayals, and observations. Now I understand how such a man rose to the top of the Abbey. Good morning, Corvo. I believe Sokolov is awake now. The Admiral is with him now. I'm sure they are ready to start on your arrival.
Say what you will, the royal physician knows his wines. We must admire Lord Pendleton's composure in the face of his terrible loss. That mark on your hand, is it a tattoo or a brand? It's disturbing, I must say. Surely you're not superstitious.
I hope Sokolov will cooperate. I'd hope to have him paint my portrait again one day. Just me this time. It's not that I object to holding him hostage for a while, since he's been aiding the Lord Regent, but it's a shame. I always found him rather charming.
Anton Sokolov dined with us at the manor several years ago. He is both brilliant and disgusting. I doubt he has changed much.
Bringing in Sokolov was a stroke of genius. The Lord Regent's got the support of most of the noble families. Who knows what bullying he's done to bring them all in line. We need information to break his hold.
Royal Physician, I believe you and Corvo knew each other in former days. Unlike you, our friend Corvo knows what loyalty means.
I am loyal to my inner spirit. You are the one consorting with the most wanted man in the Empire.
It's my belief that Corvo was innocent in the death of the Empress, and the former spy master, or the Lord Regent, as he calls himself, is a ruthless tyrant bent on destroying the city. the heart of the Empire.
You are mistaken if you think there's love between me and our Lord Regent. But whatever you intend to do here, I assure you, I am beyond petty scare tactics.
If I don't scare you, Sokolov, perhaps these rats will. Even if they don't carry plague. I've heard of a swarm of rats stripping a child's body to the bone in half a minute. I've heard worse. How long do you think it'll be before you talk? Before you beg to talk?
Rats? Is that the company you keep now, Admiral?
It's the company you keep that interests us, Sokolov. We know you painted a portrait of the Lord Regent's mistress, the very aristocrat who is funding the military with her fortune. She is the key to the Lord Regent's control over the city, and we must have her name.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you.
It's time to put him to the question. Whenever you're ready, Corvo. He can get us closer to the Lord Regent. It's unfortunate that this must be done.
You're part of this rabble, but I know you have your reasons.
Yes, he does. All we need is the name of the Lord Regent's mistress. It's very simple.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
Curious strategy.
Of which I approve.
What are you thinking, Corvo? Perhaps a bribe will work better than duress. In the military, we rarely consider earning the trust of our opponents. It's not in our nature. Take your time. He's not going anywhere.
I'll leave it to you. But if you get tired of questioning Sokolov, I'll let you know that his taste for King Street brandy is legendary. I think Piero has a bottle. It might help persuade him. If not, well, call me if it gets entertaining. Bringing in Sokolov was a stroke of genius. The Lord Regent's got the support of most of the noble families. Who knows what bullying he's done to bring them all in line. We need information to break his hold. Bringing in Sokolov was a stroke of genius. The Lord Regent's got the support of most of the noble families. Who knows what bullying he's done to bring them all in line.
I'm grateful for your discretion in the technical matter we spoke of. It's well known that Sokolov is virtually addicted to a rare liquor called King Street brandy. The taste is revolting, but I happen to have a bottle. However, I am reluctant to give it to you for Sokolov. It cost me quite a lot. It is very expensive stuff, a blend of rare Pendician spices and a drop of whale oil. Would you care to purchase it? I'm grateful for your discretion in the technical matter we spoke of.
What will I say when Sokolov has passed at his funeral? Something like this, perhaps. Sokolov is dead. Gone forever. We were rivals at the academy, yes. He was jealous of my agile brain and youthful energies. But he's dead now. And what can I say about him? Sokolov, he did improve on some inventions. He did well for himself in his way. He had many admirers among the aristocracy, especially those who lack a solid background in matters of natural philosophy. He was a painter of portraits. They say his work was genius. That remains to be seen. Time will tell.
I could use a drink. King Street brandy? I didn't know any more existed. It is an extraordinary gift. I see I'm dealing with men of taste. I can tell you this much. She was always referred to as Lady Boyle. I painted her to be sure, but I never saw her face or learned her first name. You see, I painted her from behind. I assure you, she still makes a striking portrait. But I do not know which Boyle she is. I was to be introduced to her at a masked ball in her honor this very night. But I will miss that party, it seems.
A masked ball at the Boyle estate. Tonight? The timing is perfect, Corvo. But the Boyles are wealthy and ruthless, so security will be very tight.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
He's right. You will be able to mingle with them once you're on the ground. You'll have to find out which of the Boyle women is connected to the Lord Regent, and take her out, in whatever way you can devise. We're very close now. If you do this tonight, you'll be able to strike at the Lord Regent himself, and put Emily on the throne. May the wind favor you.
I swear I never saw her face. Although I can vouch that her hindquarters are the finest in the city. And perhaps the Empire itself. I assume I will remain in this kennel for the duration of your little protest movement. I don't suppose you have anything to read. Wilmot's History of the Lesser Perversions, perhaps? You're mistaken if you think I care a fig for the Lord Regent. The man's neurotic. He's the source of most of our trouble, I suspect. You're a far more interesting person than I took you for, Corvo. One day we'll have quite a conversation. I never believed you were the one to strike down the Empress, Corvo. She cared for you greatly. But I suspect you'll be the man to put the next Empress on the throne.
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight. I have just a tiny favor I'd like to ask you. Could you give this note to Lord Shaw? You'll know him. A rather brusque man wearing a wolf's mask. In fact, he may be looking for me. I knew Sokolov would see reason and tell us what we need to know. He never actually liked the Lord Regent. I'll be sorry to miss the whole affair, but you know how it is. Top secret missions and all that. It's rather important. I wouldn't trust anyone but you to deliver the message to Lord Shaw. The note is brief, but Lord Shaw will understand it. Watch yourself among the Lord Regent's noble bootlickers. I do hate to bother you with the matter of this message, but it's of importance, and you'll be able to handle it better than anyone else, I assure you.
Have you ever been in a sea battle?
Of course.
Did you ever see pirates? And did you sink any?
Of course. Dozens. Oh, yes. But that's not for young girls to hear about.
But I will be Empress, won't I? And then I'll have to sink lots of enemy ships myself. And that's what Empresses do mostly, isn't it?
Of course.
I knew it! I read that some pirate ships have witches aboard that can cause storms and make whales do what they want. Is that true?
Yes. Mostly. Maybe we should be quiet now.
Very well.
A masked ball. You happen to have the most clever mask of them all. Entering a hive of aristocrats, all who live to kiss the Lord Regent's backside. I'd rather swim with the hagfish. Lord Pendleton is an exception, of course. The Boyle family is notorious in high society for their decadence and cruelty. I wish you well. Getting in and out of Boyle Manor won't be trivial. You could apply force or guile. Trust your gut in knowing which is the best approach. That thing with the brandy, simply brilliant.
Everything was so fancy at the Golden Cat, but in a different way than the palace was fancy. The old Madame Prudence said that all the ladies are princesses and the men come to admire them. My doll, Mrs. Pilson, was there the day my mother died. We both saw it. I bet Mrs. Pilson would have liked it there. I hope she's safe, wherever she is. If I ever see my doll again, I'm going to declare a holiday across the Empire.
Alright guys, that's going to be the end of episode 4. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.